Here on the start line, we see the grid for race number 2, and on pole position, the big V8 Rover of Graham Dawkins from Rochester. This an ex-circuit racing car, which has now been brought into Rallycross specification. A car that competed, believe it or not, in the Will Hire 24 Hours at Snetterton 2 years ago. To his left there, in the centre of the front row of the grid, you can see 45 Bob Smith. This is another new car driver combination. Bob from Orpington having his first outing in the rear-wheel drive Fiesta. On the far side, right on the outside, the black and white Escort of Ivan Moakes from Rochester, the Escort, and then lurking there in the third row of the grid, a driver who retired on first runs, and he's out for his second attempt to qualify, number 15, Rob Gibson. And it's Rob Gibson making a superb start, coming onto the outside of the track to try and get a green line through, but it's Ivan Moakes, the early leader, with Gibson already through. Gibson in straight into the lead then. Gibson from Bob Smith, Ivan Moakes there in third place. And then coming up very well there, number 100, Gary Baker in fourth place, as Ivan Moakes comes through into second inside Smith as they go down through the S's at the bottom of Tumbledown Hill. Dave Rayner getting crossed up there in car number 717, but up front it's Gibson and Ivan Moakes coming up. Gibson coming through there, the early leader from 119, Ivan Moakes, Ford Escort. Then Smith having his first drive there in the Fiesta and looking rather good to me. The XD Bradley car there in third place, but it's Rob Gibson leading. Rob Gibson coming away then, trying to make it second time lucky here this afternoon after his first run retirement. And it's Rob Gibson. Rob Gibson leading Ivan Moakes with Bob Smith and Tunbridge driver Gary Baker coming in there strongly in fourth place. That's another rear-wheel drive Fiesta, but that's a left-hand drive one also. As Gibson goes away then onto the Cooper Straight, chased there by Ivan Moakes. A very tight line then coming out of Bob Smith as he comes down in third place. And Gibson onto the grass, going into the chicane. The brake locked up and flung him to the right, and that lets Moakes through. And also number 45 going through with him, that's Bob Smith. So the two forwards now leading the Porsche, and Gary Baker coming up to have a look at Gibson. Gary Baker having a very close look at Rob Gibson now. Well, what a turn up for the books, and now they come down, tumble down for the second time. It is Bob Smith giving this Fiesta a marvellous debut, and Smith it is through the S's and up Aylwood Hill first. Gibson coming back to try and retrieve the situation, and Gibson getting alongside Ivan Moakes, but Ivan's got the inside line for the Druids hairpin, and he takes it and shuts the door very firmly on Mr. Gibson as Gibbo gets a bit of his own treatment, as number 100 Gary Baker trying to come through. Dave Spong and Dave Rayner tucked in quite close behind there. Spong is the only Chevette in this race, but it's the Fiesta, number 45. Showing a clean pair of wheels there at the moment. 2119 Ivan Moakes as they go along the knife edge up over Hoppy's Drop. Gibson's got a lot to do now to try and retrieve the situation. He's down there in third place at the moment. Still 45 leading. Can Gibson get it back? Gibson still under pressure there from Baker as the leader comes down into the chicane. It's still number 45. Where is Gibson? There is Gibson down into fourth place. Gibson down into fourth. Well. Gibson down into fourth, trying to come back into third, coming alongside Baker as they come up the hill. And Gibson straight back into second place. Gibson back into second, but still Smith leading it, 73. Dawkins, Graham Dawkins spinning the Rover there as Gibbo chases them down the hill into the S's. Gibson going to come through on the inside. Can he do it? He was on the inside of the left-hander, but he spun it, and Gibson tried a little bit too hard there, and Gibson spun it as Dave Spong goes through on the inside. Dave Rayner coming up to have a look at him as well, but Gibson's down in fourth place. Gibson's going to be very lucky to qualify, but he's got another lap home to go, just over a lap to go, but Gibson's way down the order again, still in fourth place, but with a lot of ground to make up now on the leading trio. As the three forwards come through Langley's Gap, still headed there by Gibson in fourth. Number 45 then, Bob Smith leading with Ivan Moakes retaking the lead as they go along the knife edge, and it's Ivan Moakes from Rochester in the Popular Motors Escort back into the lead as the back markers go into Hoppy's Drop, so the leaders come off that section of the circuit down onto the Cooper Straight. 119 Ivan Moakes from Bob Smith. Smith coming back to have another look, and Smith it is retaking the lead as they go into the chicane. No, I don't think he can do it. Yes, he can. Oh, all the way around the outside through the chicane. Gibson's right there, back to the right again there, side to side up the hill, onto the top of Paddock Turn. Course marker in the centre of the circuit, that causes no problems as the leaders, four of them now, locked in combat, going down Tumbledown Hill. Gibson going onto the grass, but still Smith it is leading. Smith from Moakes. Then comes Gibson there in third place as they go up Howard Hill for the last time. Then can Gibson do it? Can Gibson go all the way around the outside? Still Bob Smith with the line for the corner. Moakes on the inside as well. Gibson's got to go the long way round. Can Gibson do it? I don't think he can. Gibson's still in second. It's going to be Smith who's got the inside line for the left-hander in Langley's gap. Now can Gibson come alongside as they race to the flag? They're coming up to the flag, and it's Smith, I think, who's going to take it. Smith with Moakes coming up to challenge, but it's Bob Smith from Rob Gibson. Ivan Moakes sideways over the finish line ahead of Gary Baker, but after a few heart-stopping moments there for him, Rob Gibson emerges victorious, car number 15, so a Porsche into the final.